Today we're going to be looking at another example of shobute and being able to correctly respond to one. The current position is from Kobayashi Hiroshi against Fujii Souta, played on October 18th, 2017 in the 59th OE tournament. We're looking at the position with the board reversed from Fujii's side. So black stands much worse. His king's still on its initial square, and he's about to lose material. Aside from this, the silver on 3-6 isn't doing much. And after white takes the knight, notice that the bishop on 9-4 aims close to the king. As his position's a mess and white has an immediate threat, there's no turning back for Kobayashi. He has to try to get play immediately. White's king is better placed in comparison, but the defenders aren't in ideal shape. What did Kobayashi try in order to fight back? Pause the video now and try to figure things out. Try to figure out what he played. Okay, Kobayashi tried 5-4 bishop, a shobute. So what problems does this move pose? The bishop threatens to take both the gold and the rook. And if the bishop is captured, then the attacking pieces continue to advance and white ends up getting rolled. Okay, so let's look at what happens if gold takes. Okay, so white's king is very, very weak. If he tries to quick escape with 3-2 king, then this is mate. Okay, let's go back to this point. If 2-2 king, and mate that way. Okay, and instead of 3-1 king, if you have 1-2 king, he gets 2-3 silver, ends up mating with a similar variation to what we previously looked at. Okay, so let's go back some moves. So quick escape doesn't work. If he ignores it and just takes the knight like that, then we have that same variation as before, like that. If he tries to defend the 4-3 square by dropping the bishop, and then 4-3 gold will win, and just check. Yeah, white's king is fatally weak. Okay. So that means that taking the bishop doesn't work. What happens if we try to move the rook away from the bishop? Let's say like that. then he takes the gold instead. If he takes the silver, and there's mate like that. So he has to run. And then we have the familiar mating sequence. Okay. So he can't capture the bishop, and he can't retreat with the rook. So how did Fujii meet this? Pause the video and try to figure it out. In the previous video, I mentioned that these shobute pose problems for the opponent, so they have to be met with precise play. Otherwise, the valuation will change. So Fujii found a very nice move, 3-2 silver. It's way more important to defend the king than this rook on 8-1. So now that the king is safer and it's white's turn to move, he has the initiative. Continues on with his threat. At 5-6 rook. If instead of 5-6 rook he takes the token, then black's king is fatally exposed. If he tries to interpose like this, then there's this knight drop on 5-6. Attack continues on. If he runs, let's say to 4-9, then you attack him on the other side, and then attack keeps flowing. Yeah. And if 6-9 king, then this knight comes out and hits this gold. It's very severe. Yeah, just block it. Block the check. Let's go back. So you can't allow the rook to be taken, so he played 5-6 rook. And now try to find the next move. Pause the video. Yeah, this 5-7 pawn is threatening to promote the bishop and mate. Okay, and again threatening to take the rook. Okay. 3-9 king. If instead of that he played 3-8 king, 4-8 rook. Yeah, he gets mated like that. Yeah, there's a problem of igoma. You can't drop a pawn here because of this pawn here on 2-2. Okay, so he had to move to 3-9 instead. And now this, he gets rid of this horse on 6-2. So fork. And then 6-3 pawn. If instead of that he took the horse like that, This check is very difficult to meet. 4-9 rook, he just takes the gold like that. Yeah, this is too solid. So 2-8 king instead, and then you can calmly just take the silver, and if he checks here, then this pawn is supported by the dragon on 6-9, and these checks are pretty thin. You can either drop the bishop on 5-3, or he can even move the king here. In any case, there's no mate, whereas there's still threats against black's king. Can go back. Okay, so 6-3 pawn. Okay, tries to block this with tempo, attacking the rook. Okay. Notice in these variations that white gained time by giving up material. He would lose time if he retreated pieces whenever they were attacked. This is a very important concept in attacking play. So after 3-8 horse, black resigned. If the king runs up, just mate that way. 3-6 king, 3-5 silver, mate. So so far we've looked at 2 examples of shobute not working, but hopefully you're starting to see that at least chances for the opponent to go wrong were created. Later on we'll be looking at examples where the shobute succeeds. Thank you for joining me today. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe. And if you found that these videos are beneficial to you, please consider supporting me with donations. You can see the link in the description. Donations are not necessary, but are always appreciated. Thank you. I'll see you guys later. Bye.